Welcome back to this very special edition of Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. Happy birthday, Jack. I know it's quite a privilege and a pleasure to work with you every week. I know myself personally, I have studied Henry Ford and Thomas Alva Edison, and truly, Jack, you are, for our age, don't be so humble.
Well, you know, there's...
Yes, that's who you are, Jack.
We're putting this program on to get something out of it. And one thing is, of course, it's American, the American dream.
Yes.
And
which is being taken away from us by this government, clearly.
Oh, the regulations alone are the 10,000 cuts of socialism.
Yes.
So America's got to get back on the path. And I think I know something about it because I've started 4 companies. But let me say, I'd started after I worked for Mr. Ames, I quit him, and I went to Illinois Tool Works and talked him into starting a new division to make electric switches for aircraft. And I gave him patents and organized, and a division gave it its name, Lycon, and which is, I think, still running, certainly was for many years. I never competed with the people I left. And after 6 years, I left Lycon, and being 38 years old, I started my own company with just $5,000.
But see, that's the principle of integrity. You worked for someone, but you were honorable.
No.
You did not compete with them. So you come from a place of integrity and character.
No. Oh, sure.
But you just take it for granted. But Jack, things don't roll like that anymore.
No, it's the way to be. And
of course it is.
Greater profit is doing it the right way.
Yes.
But what happened is to design a better aircraft switch for somebody, an aircraft, and have them get into enough production of a given airplane for it takes about 2 years. I was going to starve to death if I didn't find something else to do. So I became that guy from the Little Abner comic strip about the available Jones. Do anything for $1. So I did some consulting work, and also I built some little switches that went into a spy recorder, and they were only a ½ inch in diameter. They had 12 terminals coming out the back. They only wanted 100 of them. But the sealing job, it had to be sealed, and I sealed it with that new stuff, epoxy, plastic, and they said, how did you do that so neatly? Because people were putting it on with toothpicks and making a mess of it, which I tried. But anyway, I made an applicator that was air-powered and proportional off of a foot treadle, and was pretty simple. They said, would you make one for us? And so I was off and running in a new business, making glue applicators, which became it became my 4th business, which eventually grew to $1 million by itself. And I sold that one. A glue applicator. 20 years later, I sold that to 3M for $1 million and put the money in. My son Tom had come to work with me after I was about 20 years in business, and Tom was really wonderful manager and good engineer, and we've worked together almost 25 years. He and I never had a bad word or left the room mad, and he has expanded my business hugely. And
now you're talking legacy. I know, Michael, you want to throw something in before we leave.
I absolutely do, because I've had the privilege and honor of working side by side with this man for the last 4 years. And one of the things that really has touched me more than anything else is Jack's always the same. Doesn't matter whether he's talking to a presidential candidate, a billionaire, or the janitor that cleans the offices at the Renaissance Back. Jack treats everybody the same.
Well,
I treat them all lousy.
Well, you know what? I've got something here from your son, Otto, and he wrote something called Pops, and I'm just going to end the show with this. Dad, you showed me the importance of developing strength.
He wrote this on his birthday.
Both the head and the heart.